Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to form and play the Celestial Monarchy in Rise of Nations. The Celestial Monarchy was a short-lived religious movement in southern Brazil. The rebellion was fueled by socio-economic grievances, religious fanaticism, and the followers' belief that Jose Maria would resurrect with an enchanted army to overthrow the Brazilian Republic. Now, to play as the country that can form the Celestial Monarchy, we first need to play as Brazil and justify a war goal on Saint Helena, a liberation war goal specifically. And then we're not doing anything else as Brazil, because if you do something, if you spend money, you do research, it can be counted as griefing, and that is against the game rules. I got a lot of comments telling me, oh, you should do this and that before you play as the releasable. There's a reason I'm not doing that, and that's because it counts as griefing. Now, we're also only going to be releasing the country we want to play as. Do not release anything else. Now, we can play as Sol, which is the country that can form the Celestial Monarchy. It requires all of Brazil. We're going to first start by justifying on Uruguay and Paraguay. We're going to select our capital and this city on the coastline here. We're going to build electronics. This city, motor, and Joinville. We're going to build a steel on that. 500 political power, constitutional monarchy, absolute, state religion. So that's our initial laws that we're going to be choosing. For our research, right-click all three of these. Doctrines, we're going to be choosing mass attack because we need the manpower. Grand fleet, mass production. Leaders, I will take this defensive guy. We got a head of government. I'll take that guy. All right, we got to make sure we get these electronics sold, man. We got Argentina coming over here. This guy's being weird. We're going to do max mill spending, max government spending. I will be attacking Paraguay. Is Brazil a player? Brazil's not a player. I'm going to go ahead and get the war goal on that. And Bolivia could get jumped right here if we're not careful. Really need the money from Paraguay, though. We can probably do about halfway anti-corruption. We're going to go back to policies and find illegal, favor the political elite. Gives us even more political power. Now I'm also going to go into states focus and propaganda only. That way we can get even more political power gain. I'm not sure what Argentina's doing. Okay, he left the game. Now that we have some money, we're going to build 1 fertilizer, 2 civilian. Yeah, we're going to justify in Argentina then. Oh, Brazil became a player. Love to see that. We are going to make 2 destroyers, 1 artillery piece. Oh, not enough money, but Uruguay is going to give us enough money, so no problem there. India's an AI. That is just beautiful. Max education spending. This feels like cheating, dude. 10 political power gain. Unlimited working hours. Expanded firearm regulation. Maybe we can de-escalate this, create a truce or something. Illegal firearm regulation. I mean, we can develop now. Whoa, look at that finance minister. That guy's goated. Minimum party loyalty. Gives us some more tax income and more political power gain. Or are we on maximum taxes even? We're not even on maximum taxes. Let's do that. So we got a pretty strong economy right now. Oh, he's buying aircraft parts. That's not good. Hold on. Let me get some more aircraft parts. Oh yeah, advance the research. We need that. We're gonna go take over Argentina. I can't be worrying about this the entire game. So we're gonna take a risk here. Now you see we'll get the flanking bonus on that troop and do even more damage to it. Let's see, we're gonna make another motor factory and another civilian factory. Limited conscription. Okay, we got a fortification expert, bro. And a general of the army. Oh my days. Now that the unrest is down in Paraguay, we're gonna make some 2 fighters to 1 attacker. Oh, he left the game. We don't gotta worry about that guy. I think we may just go straight for him. That way we can immediately get all of those cores. That would be really good. We'll just go for the Celestial Monarchy right now. We can make even more civilian factories. Like, let's move this resource subsidization up to limited. We're going to be making even more off of our trades to internal market. But let's mountain specialize these tanks. So what if we do moderate war bonds right now? That definitely works. I don't usually do war bonds this soon into the game, this early in the game. We can do some policies now. Let's do Military Service Act. Public Service Act, improve infrastructure. I mean, we might as well do it. You know what? Emergency War Fund. We're doing that. 2021, we're doing all of the late game stuff. We're gonna move this all the way up to 120. I'm making 2 million from that internal trade. Let's do max healthcare spending. that gonna drop our war exhaustion? It is. Very nice. We can do max research, max security, max education. There goes Argentina. Now that's gonna crash the economy, right? Oh yeah. We're gonna develop Seoul some more. South Africa. Ooh, yeah, let's start colonizing some stuff. South Africa. That's good for resources. Sierra Leone, gonna become economically independent. We are heavily reliant on trades right now, and that's not a good thing. We're gonna do encourage population growth. Trying out some different stuff this game, if you can tell. All of our factories where they're all built, we're gonna select all of them and build infrastructure on all of them. Start going into some of these other doctrines now. Floating fortress, forced concentration. We'll be going to lastocracy, of course. Let's get all the war goals on these AIs, and then we can do probably neutrality act. We gotta start researching some other stuff here. We're gonna do economic improvements, infantry. Max this out. We got a chief of staff. Brazil's collapsing. Oh no. Brazil, chill out, man. That's actually everything. I can just annex them now. It's like the biggest releasables just got released. Oh no. Oh my god, moderate war bonds was carrying. I gotta go declare war on Saint Helena ASAP. That's crazy, man. Oh, the corruption too. Okay, hold on. Favor the political elite. Get rid of that. Reduce the anti-corruption a bit. That deals with our corruption problem. Now we have a money problem. Although, you know, we could just do this right here. And now all of our problems are gone. We're gonna keep healthcare on the max though. That way the war exhaustion stays low. I should not have annexed Brazil right there. That was definitely a mistake. Should have just taken over all of it first. That way we could have just formed and then not had that situation happen. Arid. Wait, did I accidentally do arid spec for that? I was wondering why it was taking so long. I'm like, damn, we're in a jungle. What's taking it so long to jungle spec? Oh, that's because we're arid specializing. This is tempting. Oh man, 900 mil. I'm taking them. Making sure to get all of these important word goals because I still plan on swapping over to Neutrality Act. Oh, we have a surplus of research. That means we can start going into even more stuff. Let's do small arms, body armor. And India, we're going to get into that. Okay, it's time to start saving up that political power. We have a gain of 0. That is far from our peak of 10 at the start of the game. YP Saint Helena, and let's form the Celestial Monarchy and defeat the Devil's Law. They say they worship God, but could they redeem themselves for destroying his kingdom on earth? Nay, and for that their place in the holy picture shall be with the devil in hell. Proclaim the monarchy, not for us, my lord, but to your name give the glory. Excellent. Prosperity Act. Is this chief judge any good? He is actually pretty decent. We're gonna pick him up. Raise our anti-corruption just a tad and go back to doing favor the political elite. All right, and it's time for that beloved Neutrality Act. Taking over Chile is very similar to taking over Norway. You want to go into the water first. For being very biased towards that specific piece of land. That's the only developed part in all of South America. Because we can go back to moderate war bonds and emergency war fund. Huge. We're about to overpower China, bro. I mean, at this point, war bonds and emergency war fund is better than eco boom. It's actually insane how busted these are. Construct a heap ton of civilian factories. I'm also going to construct a heap ton of electronic factories. I want to sell the max to internal markets here with the +5 tax income. Stock market doing well. Hey, I'll take it. Maybe we get an eco boom. So 300. That also gets us a ton of money from the internal market. Very nice. We're only making 81 electronics after I just spammed out a heap ton of factories. What? There's no way that's right. That can't be right. There's something going on here. We don't even have that many civs. 15 civs. We should be making a lot more electronics, bro. We can begin developing all of Brazil. Exoskeletons, cybernetics, and we're also going to do mechanized infantry. Adaptation, first aid. I like to avoid the other upkeep ones until we absolutely need them in a war. Because cybernetics, they already give you enough upkeep. It's insane. Let's start getting ready for the European conquest, because we are going to be going over there. I mean, we're basically America out here. Anytime we go into a war, our income gets quadrupled. So turns out war is actually a good thing. We got to get into more war. I'm not going to form this because it'll get rid of our amazing name. Really like this name. It's great. We're going to build a shipyard too. Yeah, there we go. Surpassing China now. All right, we are going to construct an aircraft carrier and a couple battleships. Let's attack China first, because that guy's our competition. If we can get rid of our competition, well, GG, well played, right? Fascism giving us a nice plus 3.6% base stability. Okay, so if we're taking over China, we will need the advanced IFVs and anti-tank equipment, because I noticed Germany. Oh yeah, I mean, we can just check how much money this guy's making. 62. That is not as much as I thought it would be. Where is the oil thing at? I need that. Fuel efficiency. Better fuel compounds. Yeah, man, we need that. All right, we're gonna do one more development, and then after that is done, we are gonna be spamming out all this manpower. It's gonna hurt doing this on the economy, I bet. Let's do it now, though. Gotta get this done. Oh, we're not even training either. Oh, man. Hold on. We gotta do that. Start training mountain specialization. Ooh, I don't even want to look at the economy after we do this. 207 mil deficit. Nice. Yeah, that ain't nothing, because once we stop training, we'll be back to normal, right? Okay, now we're in the green again. Maybe we can get the IMF loan before we get out of debt here. That'd be nice. All right, let's send a couple million soldiers. Equalize movement speed. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to cycle between maximum war bonds and moderate, because this is just not... Yeah, this ain't going to cut him. Oh, shite. Damn. Well, we went from 30 million to 300 million from doing maximum war bonds. Of course, they leave when you're about to attack them, you know? Of course. Yo, if we get an IMF loan right now, though, it's going to be huge. Like 20 bill at least. All right. All of that important stuff is almost done. We're going to go back into the economy. Streamline logistics. Industrial automation. Get the more developed city cap. Streamline military procurement. Let's go. Japan. Oh, crap. Emergency war bonds is gone. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Better unrest reduction, more integration speed. How many troops do we got, China? Oh, the man had 5 mil. All right. Do some split action. China has all 5 mil grouped up. All right. That makes it easier for us to get his troops. Interesting. To the USA we go. The hordes of monks charging China. So damn quick. You know what? I'm going to give the Americans time to prepare, so I'm just going to go ahead and declare war right now. Yeah, he has more than enough time to build the defense now. We're going to give this guy a slight chance against us and allow him to build a military before we get completely over there. America ended up leaving the game. GG, well played. Give a guy a chance to build a defense, he still leaves the game. They're all leaving. It's gotta be the intimidation factor of the Celestial Monarchy, dude. Not only is the name the coolest thing probably in the game, but our sheer size right now is just scary, bro. Heathens, these heathens. I'm not hearing no praising of God by this server in the chat. It seems very unholy. We gotta bring some holiness to Europe. Clearly. I think we're gonna have to do some divine intervention. Let's just call it that. Got a max dev Asia. I need your money. Fill the coffers. I need your money for the crusades. Yeah, we're just spreading propaganda now. Just spreading propaganda at this point, dude. All right, it's the moment of truth. Is Greece a believer? Yes, bro, don't worry. Okay, you know what? All right. We'll trust him. We'll trust him. France, if you don't respond, man, you're a heathen. You must be eliminated. If France is a heathen, then all of his allies must be as well. And that includes the Benelux and Greece. If he's a real believer, he's gonna join us against France, right? Oh, you know what? Let's get the base in Iberia before we do any offensives into France. I just want to be completely safe here, in all honesty. All right, man, we got a front line against France here. He's coming hot for us here. You don't lose anything. You gain everything. Just accept us. To become one with God, France, it's time. Benelux, it's time for you now, buddy. The Byzantines had nuclear weapons. Oh my gosh, is that what he meant by that? Celestial Monarchy, I'm going to let eternal life be your destiny. He was planning on nuking us. That's what that meant. Oh, wow. Okay. But I see how it is, man. I see how it is. Yeah, so we spread the holiness to the heathens. We've made the Celestial Monarchy by far the strongest country on Earth. The first ever game I've played on state religion. That went pretty well. That went pretty damn well. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.